Hello, welcome to the West Ham Way YouTube, and myself, Mark Carlaw, and Riley Finch. We've got a situation going on at the club. It's actually almost like the attention this gets is kind of up there with transfers. It's really strange. Like kits are a big thing for football fans, and rightly so, because it represents a club, and I'm actually a big fan of Umbro. I know that people keep lots of fans are saying they've had enough and would like to go elsewhere. I actually quite like Umbro. I think they've done a pretty good job over the years. Although I would say this year is probably one of their weakest. But ultimately they've done pretty good. But there is talk. Well, the actual deal that we've got with Umbro expires this summer, at the end of this season. And there's talk of Nike. There's talk of Adidas potentially coming in, and all these rumours that we're talking about. But one thing that X has said is that Umbro have already started submitting designs for next season. In fact, they've actually based it on the 1983 kit, and I don't know if you know that one, mate. It's the one with the blue. It's a claret home kit and the blue strip around the middle with Avco Trust in it. Do you remember it?
Oh, right, yeah.
Trevor Brookin, Billy Bonds around that time. I really like that kit, and that's the one I've got one of those kits actually tacked away somewhere. I actually would love that, and I'm actually quite keen to keep Umbro. And I know that probably sounds a bit boring, but I actually would be quite happy to keep them. What's your thoughts, mate? Are you pro Umbro, or are you thinking no, time for a change, just go elsewhere?
No, I mean, Umbro have come up with some really good kits. I mean, the kit I'm wearing right now, this is one of my favourite West Ham kits.
Yeah.
And obviously the kit right behind you as well, the black and gold one, another Umbro kit.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
I think Umbro have had some really, really good designs. I've actually got one of the kits here. Obviously, it's a very, very nostalgic kit, and it's one of my favourite kits, the Bolin kit. And I think they got this one
kit, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they got this one completely spot on with the classic sort of design, the golden badge. So I think there's nothing bad about Umbro. I really, really like them. However, this is also one of my favourite kits. And it's one of the only times we've had them is the Adidas kit.
Yeah. I don't mind that one. I thought there was a bit too much going on for me with that. Because it was just a bit too, I don't know, too busy. I quite liked. I didn't mind the one, the Adidas one where they had the stripes, the thin white stripes. I thought that.
I like that one as well. But the Adidas kits that I've seen from us over the years, I think it's been quite nice. We've never had Nike though before, and I think that might be quite interesting.
Oh, do you know what? I really don't want Nike, and the reason I just don't like their kits. Like, you look at Tottenham's, like awful.
True,
that away kit is repulsive. Like, and I'm not just saying that because I hate Tottenham, because I fucking hate Tottenham. I don't care who listens to this, who's a Tottenham fan. You can call me whatever you want. But
I highly doubt they're listening to the West Ham way, to be honest, mate. But
yeah, true. Yeah. But seriously, like, I just don't. Yeah, I don't want the Nike. That's one I'd like to avoid. The only reason the only reason Nike would be cool is because of who they are. It's a massive brand and globally recognized. Huge in America, and it's kind of for that reason you kind of think it would be quite cool to have a brand that sort of stature. But I just don't. I'm not a big fan of their kit. If they're going to come in, I don't want them to make a modern kit. Whereas I quite like Umbro because they tend to look back and go, right, we're going to try and base this on an old kit. Whereas I just think Nike could just come in and get one of their usual standard cuts and go, we'll make that claret, make that blue. They'll have some tick on there and some awful. Do you know what I mean? I could just see him doing a shitty job of it and not really caring.
Wasn't Nike the one that invented like the worst kit of all time, which was that Man City kit last season? Was it the Jordan kit?
What was that? No, I don't know. What's that one? Why am I missing
It's
out?
where like the Man City badge was in the middle and it said
Jordan
across it.
Yeah.
Was that Nike?
No, I think that was Puma. I think.
Is that who does the City kits? Puma.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because I'm going to say whoever invented that kit needs to stay well bloody clear of West Ham.
Yeah, I really didn't like that idea. I didn't understand the whole. They didn't even have their badge on it. Like, they went, it's a modern way of taking it. Why wouldn't you do that? Like, I appreciate, times move on and we would, things change in the world, but to not have a badge of the kit, of the club, on your kit is ridiculous. And it looked like pajamas to me. It looked like kids' pajamas, like that. Like I'd buy, I'd have when I was a little kid, West Ham written across the middle. You know what I mean?
I've got one final kit here, mate, which is a bit of an underrated one, and it's our away kit in the Championship.
Do you know what? I mean, I remember that kit. I like that, but what's the forever? What's that? Show me again.
It's Forever United in the middle. I think it's because it's a kids kit. It wasn't the normal.
Right. Yeah, gotcha.
So it just said that. Right. But obviously, Macron used to be one of our sponsors. as
Yeah.
well. And I think that was kind of the lowest point of West Ham
That's
sponsorship.
when we got relegated and we had to sort of go, God, who wants to
Yeah,
make our kit? And they were like, some company went, we'll do it.
yeah, and it's the fact that we've got, we could go from Macron to someone like Adidas now is quite massive
Yeah,
for
I
it.
mean, Adidas, I wouldn't mind, but the only way I'd want Adidas is if they brought back their old logo. I want the proper, with the proper old-fashioned Adidas logo. I don't want the modern one. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
so you don't want the one that's like almost like a bear paw. You want the
I want
classic
this one.
little.
I'm going to look it up. I mean,
This one
we're
here is
obviously
what
a
you like.
professional show, mate, and this is how we operate
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Adidas.
Because I
Oh,
think Adidas's new one looks like a paw, doesn't it?
I just don't
And
like.
then
No, I want that one. Look,
you want this one.
this one.
You want that one.
That's the one I like. I like that
You
one.
like
Like
that one.
that's the older logo. I quite like the old classic. If you're going to go a brand, that's why Nike just doesn't do it for me, because Nike isn't classic, is it? Like, there's no kind of Nike look that you think, oh, I want to, unless of course they have Nike with the actual written Nike, like Arsenal used to have. Like, I wouldn't mind that one. But no, for me personally, I'd actually like to do another deal with Umbro. And from what X has said, and I'm only putting two and two together here, so he hasn't told me this, but he said that obviously now Umbro have started submitting their kits for the club to look at and started getting the designs for next season. That kind of shows that they're quite confident that they're going to get another deal, because I'm sure they wouldn't be spending much time doing kit designs if West Ham are going, look, we're moving on.
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy to stick with Umbro. Really am. I'd be well happy with that. But if we go to another one, Adidas probably is my choice. So I suppose that's the question, mate. Who would you go with? If you get the choice now, we're not with Umbro anymore. Where do you go?
Macron, mate, clearly, but I
Pony. Do you remember Pony?
well, yeah, I mean, pretty much just says what it does on the tin, isn't it? They are literally pony. I've always like I said, that Adidas kit is one of my favourites, and I think it will have every Adidas kit kind of has the 3 stripes on it as well, which I think will work like quite nicely with our kit if they put it in to a certain degree, or even maybe they'll have the stripes somewhere else. I think normally our away kit normally has like quite a few stripes on it. And I think it sort of brings us into that sort of top 6 area, because not a lot of teams use Umbro, and I think you look at the big teams in the league, they are quite like Adidas, Nike, and I guess Puma for City. I'm not actually entirely sure.
Yeah, it's Puma. Yeah.
Who designed the United kit this year?
Is it Nike?
I'm trying to figure their sponsor is.
Yeah, I'm having a quick look now. Well, it's their manufacturer, isn't it? Let's have a quick look on. So, Man United kit. I told you, mate. This is a really entertaining show. This just me looking. Man United kit. Let's have a look. Man United kit. Oh, they're Adidas. No, they're Adidas.
They are Adidas. Because I was going to say, I really like their kit this season. I think they've done a really good job at doing giving it like a little retro.
Yeah,
feel.
yeah. As long as they do that, I don't really care who it is. I like the retro look. It's got to be classic looking kit. You don't want some coming on and making it really modern. I mean that's the only drawback I would say about Umbro this season. I've been really disappointed with it. Like I know it has grown on me a little bit, but I've got to say I'm still not a fan really of the home kit. It's all right. No. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's not. I wouldn't look at it and go. I mean, it's one of them kits I think we'll happily to forget about once it's gone. Do you know what I mean? No one's going to really look back and go, "Oh, I bloody like the one you're wearing now." I love that kit. That is a proper, lovely, beautiful design. Kit. This one this year, even the away kit. Let's be honest. Look, the black's not too bad. I don't mind that so much. But again, it's a bit boring. It's a bit like they've done it before. It's basically exactly the same.
Plus, we're not. I don't really get this whole away kit being black, because there's nothing black about our sort of badge. It's all like, the home kit should be predominantly claret, and the away kit should be predominantly like blue. White or blue.
Yes,
I think that's.
I agree.
That's how you should do it, and that's always how it's been. So while we're bringing in like the sort of the black kits, it just seems a bit basic, and it's never really going to get used because every other team sort of has like an away black kit, and it's just a bit pointless. If anything, I think the home kit should be nice and classic, and the away kit should be a retro kit that's going to be a bit cool for people to wear.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the blue one somewhere. I don't know if I can get it out here. Hang on. Is it this one? This bad boy. I like this one. Look how good that was. I like that one.
Yeah,
I thought it was last season, wasn't it?
I think it was last season. Yeah,
I like that one.
Last season's kits for me were 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I like that kit. I thought that was really smart. I mean, I like Umbro. I think they've done a good job overall. I think they've been really good for us, and I'd happily see them extend their deal. And it does seem that it could be going that way. And I'm really excited about the fact that they're looking at the 83 kicks. That's my favourite from the 80s. It really is good. While we're here, while I keep looking at my phone just to entertain everybody amazingly, I'm going to pull that up now.
I mean, while we are waiting for this, just to say, it would be lovely to hear your favourite kit in the comments, and obviously which sponsor you think we should go with next, or if you think we should just keep with Umbro.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that one, mate.
Yeah, no, I like that one. I've seen that one. That's kind of like when you sort of dig out a classic West Ham kit. That's kind of the thing you always do.
And that's the one they're looking at. So I mean, if that's their design, and I like the collar as well, like the proper white V-neck, classic. It's just a proper classic kit.
It wouldn't look good with this badge, though. Is the only problem.
Do you know what? That's the one thing I really wish they'd sort out. Like, look at that badge, right? And when it was it was just the hammers. So if you can see that, it's a bit blurry, isn't it? But you can. I don't know if you can see that. But
it's just hammers with
just the hammers. Like, brilliant. Like, why didn't they just make our badge just the hammers and just have West Ham written underneath or something like that? Or didn't even have any words, just have the hammers. It would be such a recognised logo and it worked really well. Like Tottenham have got the cockerel. I fucking don't want to compare anything to Tottenham, but I like the fact they haven't got any badge around it. They haven't got any writing about it. It's just the cockerel stand on the ball. And it just looks so smart. Why couldn't we just do that with West Ham? Just have the hammers and that's it. And that'd be a badge. It'd look lovely. Like they really miss a trick. All this stupid London written on it and all that. You just think you didn't need it. Less is more, I think.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'd like to see do.
And I think it would, like, we have seen it. I think the kit last season was randomly just had a bit of blue in it. This sort of crest, even though it's normally supposed to be like the gold and sort of normal claret. If they just went for a kit that literally just had, I mean, look at this kit here. Imagine this kit without this crap round it, without just that there, and just a bit of writing there. You'd be onto a 10 out of 10 winner there.
I know, yeah. It would look really good. You don't need the crest round it. You don't need that shield. You just don't get rid of that and just have the hammers.
Our official club badge can still look like this crap, but on the kit, if we just have something simple like 2 irons on it, it would look so clean.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't actually like the colour of the badge. Like I like it when they like they did there. I like it when they make it tie into the kit. So the hammers are claret, the writing's claret. I don't like that gold and blue and all. It looks it doesn't look very good. Like I quite like the fact this season they've done away with that this season on the kit. But yeah, so that's it, mate. I think that we're looking. I think my money is on. If I'm going to put a bet on it, I think we're going to stick with Umbro. I think that's the fact that they're submitting designs kind of gives it away a little bit. I think personally, I did ask X about that, but he said no. That was that's just that. There's no concrete evidence in any of that, but that's what they've been doing. But that's it, mate. So if it is, it'd be interesting to see who we go with if it isn't Umbro. It'd be very interesting. And they got to get it right because obviously West, like we talked about in a previous video, we've got sponsorship deals coming up. It's a good time to get things like that correct, But yeah, for me, avoid Nike. I'm not a fan of it.
Nike and Puma, mate. We'll avoid those.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.